So guys, we did it. We reached 10 subscribers. I want to thank you. I want to thank the YouTube algorithms, of course. Without them I wouldn't be here. I want to thank every coincidence in the universe that got me to this point. Welcome everyone, they call me IntroTechOut, and in this video I will discuss what I think Media Molecule could do to get more people's attention on Dreams. My last video laid the groundwork for this one, so if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend watching it. To recap it quickly, my biggest gripes with the marketing thus far are that 1. Not enough of the game is shown in the trailers. 2. It isn't made clear to the viewer that there is more to the game beyond what is shown in the trailers. 3. What is shown could be considered off-putting for a lot of individuals. And 4. Not enough people get to see the trailers in the first place. In this video I will combine these recognized problems with raised solutions by me and other people to put forth a few visions for Dreams trailers that could work. First though, as always, the disclaimer that no, I don't have a degree in marketing. Everything in this video can be complete nonsense. I don't want to pretend I know anything better than the experts, alright. Also, I want to say that I do understand that a lot of the marketing will come down to the community in the end. By making cool stuff, the community will keep adding value to the game, making it easier to justify a purchase for outsiders. I don't think, however, that this fact means there's no need for a good trailer. Even if someone sees something really cool that was made in Dreams by the community, that doesn't mean their doubts are instantly gone or they understand the game immediately. A good trailer would really help in this instance. But so far the intro. I'm going to explain my vision for a good trailer by pulling inspiration from a company that does do marketing right, Rockstar Games. While their games don't suffer from the problem that it's hard to imagine how they will play from beforehand, Rockstar's games are huge, pack a ton of features and are sold on only a few trailers. This means that these trailers have to be top notch and dense with information. I wanted to show bits of them in the background, but apparently Rockstar copyright strikes everyone who shows even a part of the trailer, so you'll just have to settle with some family-friendly GTA 5 gameplay.
Hey, what's up, homie? What's up?
You know what, I like the Kareems streams too much, let's bring them back, shall we? Back to the video. Since Rockstar has sold their games to almost every gamer in the world at this point, there's a big chance you've seen either the GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2 trailers already and know exactly what I mean by dense with information. What's genius about these particular trailers is that there's narration over it, which tells the viewers exactly what they need to know about the game. Now this might seem a bit counterintuitive for the film critics among us who religiously practice the show don't tell rule, but narration is by far the most efficient way to get people interested in your product. This is of course why you will rarely if ever see a commercial without narration or text that explains the product. I think this shines another light on the reason why the Dreams trailer that I analyzed last video didn't work. There was no narration or text explaining what we were actually looking at, except for the one bit where the trailer goes, play your dream and share your own. What I'm trying to get at with all of this is that I think a Dreams trailer could work if it took the Rockstar approach. A 5-minute trailer with a narrator commenting over gameplay footage and telling the viewer everything about what Dreams is, how it will play and what the vision for it is, could really go a long way in my opinion. But there would still be things that probably have to be cut in order to make the trailer 5 minutes, which is why I also want to talk about what I think should be shown in a Dreams trailer in order to get regular people interested in it. First of all, the trailer should make clear what the game is and how it is played. The main goal of this part of the trailer would be to show new viewers that the game does actually function as a game. It should tell players about the story mode and how it is divided in multiple gameplay styles, and this all shouldn't take too long. After this, they should introduce the create mode by dropping the bomb that the story mode is entirely made with the creative tools. This really should be emphasized as it gives the viewer the most clear indication of the skill of Dreams. A montage of time lapses would probably work best to show the create mode, while the narrator directly addresses people's concerns. The following things should really be made clear in my opinion. 1. Dreams is completely playable with either just a controller combined with a PlayStation camera, or Move controllers and the PlayStation camera. 2. Dreams will also be playable in VR, but that will be shown at another time. 3. At launch there will be local multiplayer, with online multiplayer being added after launch. The reason why I wouldn't show the VR stuff in this trailer is because the mere mention of VR will probably be enough to spark interest for the people who own a VR headset. After explaining how the create mode in general works, the trailer should go in depth on the community systems. The goal of this portion of the trailer would mainly be to address the one concern that is driving hundreds of thousands of people away from the game. That is, that none of these people think they are creative enough to play the game. I see this concern so often it's getting depressing. I really start to feel for the developers when they have to respond to this every single interview they do. But anyway, this concern can be addressed in multiple ways, and the trailer should probably do all of them to get rid of as much doubt as possible. First needs to be shown that creating things is easier than one might think. This could be done by showing the creations of people who have played the game for only a couple of hours, and by telling the viewer there will be lots of interactive tutorials to get you used to the game. I think they should also talk about the weekly challenges. Apparently Dreams will give you a new challenge every week to create something specific. You can compete with your friends asynchronously for the best creations. Another thing that should be made clear is that you can share anything you make this time around, which means that you don't actually have to create entire levels, but you can instead focus on specializing in a specific field, whether that be a specific genre of music or a specific kind of asset. They could also show you that you can follow creators to stay up to date on their creations if you like what they make. What should also be talked about here is that you don't have to create anything from scratch if you don't want to. Because Dreams handles copy pasting so well, you can create entire levels just from content created by other people. This means that if you really don't feel like sculpting or using other creative tools, you can always just search the Dreamiverse for stuff to put in your level. But of course, if you really don't want to create, you can always become a curator or just play community levels. I love the idea of dream surfing, where the game randomly puts together a playlist of community levels and lets you jump from level to level seamlessly. So I think they might as well tell the viewer about this aspect in the trailer. While still on the topic of creativity, I really like the YouTube analogy that Media Molecule came up with. I mentioned it in another video already, but I'm going to repeat it because it worked so well. Basically, Media Molecule wants to create the YouTube of video games with dreams. There will be consumers, there will be creators, communities and fan bases, and even something you might consider the autoplay feature, so dream surfing, which is as talked about. This analogy explains really well what Dreams is all about, and I think it would be really beneficial if they could sneak it into a trailer. The problem is of course that YouTube is a business, and name dropping another business to sell your own products is often frowned upon. Still, if there's no legal ramifications, they should just do it. But that concludes my vision for the big blowout Rockstar-like trailer. Like I mentioned last video, Dreams is such a niche game right now that just releasing this trailer on the PlayStation YouTube channel probably wouldn't be enough to spark interest. This kind of trailer would work best when shown at an event like the Game Awards, E3 or PSX, where many people would get to see it. Unfortunately, PSX was cancelled this year, as is PlayStation's E3 showcase in 2019. And while I was sure Dreams would appear in a trailer with a beta release date during the Game Awards, a few days ago Media Molecule made an official statement where they said they wouldn't appear on the Game Awards. This all means that Dreams might have actually already wasted its last chance for an effective marketing push, as I don't expect Sony to market the game anywhere when it's about to launch. But even though this news is pretty worrying to me, I'm still hopeful, because I'm confident Media Molecule will deliver a solid product, and I know for sure a passionate community will stay around, even if it doesn't go mainstream. For the last part of this video, I want to put out some more thoughts on the marketing, but these will be mostly disconnected. First of all, I saw a video made by Project Genesis where he mentioned that Media Molecule should mention in their trailers that they are the people behind Little Big Planet 1 and 2. If Media Molecule really wants to spark as much interest in Dreams as possible, this is a great idea, because Little Big Planet 1 and 2 were hugely popular games, and not everyone is aware that they did not make the great but downright unplayable Little Big Planet 3. By having a little segment in the trailer where it says brought to you by the people behind Little Big Planet 1 and 2, they might actually be able to get some more people interested in the game. Another thing that I want to point out is that Dreams is just made to blow minds. It would be perfect for a bait and switch trailer. Take the Little Big Planet level, made by one particular Media Molecule employee, for example. And yes, you heard that right, someone actually recreated a bit of the first Little Big Planet inside of Dreams, and it's surprisingly convincing. If they polished this level just a bit more and gave Sackboy his texture back, they could totally play this off as a Little Big Planet remake just before blowing everyone's minds with the ending where the game suddenly becomes 3D and the Dreams logo pops up. They could even go further and let the camera shoot off into the clouds where it comes across all kind of created stuff. Of course, the trailer should make really clear once again that everything was made with the creative tools. But while this kind of marketing would certainly get people interested, it wouldn't really explain what the game is, which is most important right now in my opinion. But that concludes my proposals for better trailers. Whether the marketing changes or not, nobody can really predict the future right now. Dreams could become an astronomical failure or gaming's biggest success story, and it will depend on many factors of which none we can predict. The beta is around the corner though, and depending on how well it does, I think we can get some insight and make some more educated guesses on the future of this game. But that's all I had to say on this topic. If you have your own things to add, you can always put it in the comments. Thank you for watching this and see you around.